when we're outside of the European Union, wouldn't it be in the interests of everyone, and including the EU agencies, to produce the best regulation? And therefore, if we have significant experts in this country, why on earth would they want to exclude us from making our points? Because that would improve the overall regulation.
I think it's difficult to sometimes put oneself in the position of the European Union or the UK government. I'm just a lawyer. So, you know, as a lawyer, yes, of course, we want to see the best regulation. I think the point is everyone probably doesn't agree what the best regulation is, but, you know, certainly as a lawyer supporting substantial clients across the UK and Europe and the world, indeed, we like to see the best regulation. And if I could stray into what I hope for rather than what's here, one would certainly hope that there was a symbiotic relationship via which good ideas and better regulation, dare I say those words, better regulation was shared across the European Union, the UK, and indeed Europe as a whole.
The structure that we have today, the market structure with market surveillance and so on, is based on a performance type of regulatory system where there's a very high level of regulation is set at the highest possible level, and then industry standards are used as a voluntary means of demonstrating compliance. So of the European standards catalogue, about 20,000 catalogue, about 2,500, only about 2,500, are linked with regulation in some way. So in these situations, the message we have received is why would we allow you to be influencing regulations that you won't be subject to? Why should you do that? In the standard space, it's a different matter because standards are made by the stakeholders, and we talked earlier about industry, but the stakeholders are anybody who is affected in our system, any stakeholder, consumers, regulators, testing bodies, conformity assessment, government, industry, everybody participates, and my job is to make sure we have fair participation. So at the European level, there's a very strong argument as to why, in terms of the standards supporting regulation, that all the stakeholders should be involved because they will all be affected, consumers and industry and regulators alike. So I see that as an opportunity, but we have had a very clear message that why would you be in the room when you're not going to be subject to this? Why would you have an influence on it?